Beneath the low mountains of northwest Montana, a father is searching.
They said that that's where she went in.
For his little girl.
This is where police believe Arden went in the river?
Yes. So far what we found is their coat and her boot.
3-year-old Arden Papillon went missing on April 22nd. She was last seen here in a remote area on the Blackfeet Indian Reservation in northwest Montana, where the man who was babysitting her claims she disappeared while he was practicing shooting his gun near the river. But after a formal search that lasted 10 days, Arden is still missing. Which is why Papillon and his neighbors have taken the search into their own hands.
We're all parents, so Arden is like our little girl. As a community, we all come together.
Because we have no other resources, we have no other help, just each other. That's what we use.
How common is it to know someone personally here who has gone missing?
Very common.
Very common.
As Native Americans, we're forgotten. We're forgotten.
What do you mean by that?
They don't follow up with our issues. They don't follow up with our missing. If you're murdered here, missing, they do their search or whatever they need to do, and that's it. That's the end of it.
It's a story that has played out over centuries. In 2020, Native Americans made up 10% of active missing cases, even though they make up just 1.3% of the U.S. population. In Montana alone, Native Americans go missing at a rate nearly 4 times their population. And on many reservations, Native American women are murdered at a rate 10 times the national average.
We have tribal jurisdiction, state jurisdiction, and federal jurisdiction. So a survivor or an advocate may need to engage with one or all 3 of these systems at the same time.
Now, the federal government is taking steps to change that, creating the first missing and murdered unit formed at the federal level, launched by the nation's first Native American Secretary of the Interior, Deb Haaland.
Imagine if you lived in a small community and 23 women turned up missing and nobody knew where they were. That would be devastating. I mean, even in a large city like Washington, D.C., if that happened, everybody would be beside themselves. And this has been happening in Indian country for centuries, and it's never gotten the attention, the funding, the care that it's needed.
For the Papillon family, that attention can't come soon enough.
Some days I can't move. It hurts. Just to know that my girl's down here and we're up there, you know.
Do you think you would have had more support from authorities if you were not a Native family?
Tell you the truth, yes. It seems like they're just like, oh, just another Native death, you know, another somebody just died. It's another somebody missing, well, they'll show up sometime. They just ran away, you know. Since we're Native, it's just like we're not here most of the time.
What are you hoping for?
I'm hoping to find her one way or another. In the end, justice, because she's just our baby.
Justice for so many families like theirs.
We have reached out multiple times to the Blackfeet tribal law enforcement as well as tribal council via phone, via email, and they have not received a response. We have not received a response from them. And the babysitter who was actually watching Arden that night was charged with negligent endangerment as well as child neglect. He has pleaded not guilty and is currently out on bond. And Peter, I have to say, imagine those jurisdictions being so complicated that your neighbors are coming out to search for your child every day.
No doubt, the whole community coming together in that effort, but the statistics there are staggering, and ones I think a lot of Americans did not realize exist. Thank you for sharing.
Of course.
Hey, thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Find your favorite recipes, celebrity interviews, uplifting stories, shop our favorite deals, and so much more with the Today app. Download it now.